I am sitting in the cafeteria of Fontbonne University, St. Louis, and the gravy on my plate has already formed a skin, like the scab on a wound that never heals. I spear it with a plastic fork, and it makes a sound that is almost a sigh. The mashed potatoes beneath are gray, not cream, because the kitchen reheats yesterday's batch in a steam table that smells of old dishwater and chlorine. The fork bends because the plastic is the cheapest grade, the kind that snaps when you try to cut the steak that is actually a reconstituted patty stamped with fake grill marks. The patty bleeds a thin pink juice that pools against the stale corn kernels, and the juice is the exact temperature of human saliva. I put it in my mouth anyway, because I have already paid $9.45 for this tray, and $9.45 is 1 hour of my work-study wage, and 1 hour is 60 minutes. And 60 minutes is 3,600 seconds of me shelving books in the library while the fluorescent lights hum like dying insects. The meat tastes of freezer burn and regret. It tastes like the inside of a cardboard box that once held hamburger buns and was left under a dorm room bed for an entire semester. My stomach reacts immediately, a small wet fist clenching, because it knows this is not food. This is a hostage negotiation between my body and the budget committee that decided students do not deserve real protein. I swallow and the lump travels down like a guilty secret. This is why this is bad. When your only affordable meal is biohazard adjacent, your brain starts to map every bite as trauma. You stop trusting nourishment. You start to believe you are worth exactly $9.45 of institutional contempt. The dorm room they gave me is in St. Joseph's Hall, 3rd floor, north wing, where the wallpaper peels in strips the color of nicotine. My window faces the alley where the dumpsters breed fruit flies that somehow find their way inside, even when the window is painted shut. The paint is lead-based, probably, because the building was last renovated when my grandmother was a girl. The radiator clangs at 2 in the morning like a ghost trying to escape, and the heat it gives off is the sickly warmth of a fever. My mattress is thinner than the etiquette handbook they handed me at orientation, and when I lie down I can feel every metal coil imprinting Morse code into my spine. You are not special, you are not special. The communal bathroom smells of mildew and the stalls have no hooks, so I balance my shower caddy on the toilet paper dispenser, which is always empty. The floor is sticky with other people's hair. The showers alternate between scalding and Arctic, never the same twice, so my skin flashes from lobster red to corpse blue within seconds. This is why this is bad. Sleep is supposed to be the place where your body forgives the day, but here sleep is just another class you fail. You wake up more tired than when you collapsed, and exhaustion becomes your personality trait. My advisor, doctor, somebody or other, has an office the size of a janitor's closet and a bookshelf full of binders that are empty. When I sit across from her, the chair wobbles because one leg is shorter, and I rock back and forth like a metronome counting down to disappointment. I tell her I want to major in graphic design, and she opens a binder, flips to a page that says art education, and nods like that is the same thing. I explain slowly that I do not want to teach children how to draw triangles. I want to design album covers that break teenage hearts. She frowns, consults a flowchart that looks like it was drawn in crayon, and informs me I need to take 2 semesters of biology because art is life, and life is science. I question the logic, and she responds by printing out a 4-year plan that assigns me to organic chemistry at 8 a.m. on Fridays. I am too polite to cry in front of her, so I wait until I am.
In the stairwell where the echo can turn my sobs into a choir, this is why this is bad. When the person paid to guide you cannot read the map, you start to believe the map is a prank. You wander the curriculum like a lost pilgrim, accumulating debt for classes that evaporate from your transcript like morning dew. Every wrong course is another brick in the wall between you and graduation, and the wall is built with your own tuition money. The financial aid office is located in a windowless room that smells of toner and despair.
The businesses near Fontbonne University in St. Louis represent a landscape of disappointment. Visitors should brace themselves for an experience that often falls short of expectations. The area is plagued by establishments that seem indifferent to quality, safety, and basic customer service. Take the St. Louis Galleria, for example. This mall is no longer the family-friendly destination it once was. Instead, it has become a hub for discomfort and neglect. The air smells of cannabis, security is either absent or ineffective, and patrons report aggressive behavior from strangers. One family described being deliberately bumped into, likely an attempted pickpocketing, while others mention broken escalators and filthy restrooms. The food court is equally dismal, with cold, greasy meals served by disinterested staff. Even the Cheesecake Factory, a usually reliable chain, has been accused of serving burnt and flavorless dishes at premium prices. The Galleria is a place where safety concerns overshadow any retail appeal, making it a location best avoided. Then there is Face Body Med Spa, a business that seems to operate on deception. Gift cards expire without warning, appointments booked weeks in advance are abruptly canceled, and services are performed with shocking incompetence. One woman paid for a relaxation package only to leave more stressed than when she arrived, thanks to a squeaky massage table and an abrasive facial treatment. Another customer was turned away after a gift card she had held onto for years was suddenly deemed invalid. The entire operation reeks of poor management and a blatant disregard for customer satisfaction. Food options near Fontbonne University are equally unreliable. Soul Taco, once a beloved local spot, has devolved into a mess of burnt meat, incorrect orders, and outright food poisoning. Customers describe meat charred beyond recognition, tortillas left to harden for hours, and staff who argue instead of correcting mistakes. The reward system is a scam. Points can only be redeemed through the kiosk, a detail conveniently omitted until after payment. And if the food does not make you sick, the service will certainly leave a sour taste. Brennan's, a place that markets itself as a premium cocktail bar, is a masterclass in false advertising. The drinks are watered down, the bartenders prioritize flair over function, and the staff treats customers as inconveniences. One guest was interrogated about payment before even ordering, while another was outright ignored until a friend of a different ethnicity arrived. The so-called cigar lounge does not even allow indoor smoking, rendering its primary attraction useless. Even the vintage shops are not immune. Retro 101, or Cherry Bomb Vintage, greets potential customers with hostility, closing early, mocking visitors for not checking Facebook, and making passive-aggressive comments about body size. It is the kind of place where you are more likely to leave insulted than with a purchase. The only mildly positive exception is Winnie's Wine Bar, where the alcohol is decent but the food is forgettable. In summary, businesses near Fontbonne University in St. Louis are a gamble at best and a ripoff at worst. Visitors should lower their expectations or seek alternatives elsewhere. The area is a collection of broken promises, where mediocrity is the standard and genuine satisfaction is rare. Travelers beware, this is not a place where your money is well spent.
I am looking into crimes near Fontbonne University, St. Louis, and I feel a heavy sigh each time I think about the tiny tricks that can ruin a short 2-week visit. Businesses near Fontbonne University, St. Louis are often small and friendly, but they sometimes hide clever scammers. One shop on Clayton Road in Richmond Heights tried a classic penny trick. The clerk was convinced to give a $20 bill for 4 rolls of pennies. The rolls looked full, but the middle was only paper, and a few pennies at the ends. A tourist who thought she was getting a cheap souvenir probably left the store feeling embarrassed, maybe tried to exchange the money at a bank and realized the loss. The scammer likely left the area before police could catch him, and the store probably tightened its cash handling policies. Another place, Clementine S. Creamery, a popular ice cream shop not far from campus, received a call from someone pretending to be a police officer. The caller ID showed the official St. Louis police number, and the fraudster demanded money for an urgent legal matter. The owner, worried about the police, probably transferred money and later discovered the deception. The victim might have reported the loss, and the scammer could be investigated for identity theft, while the shop may now verify any police request with a direct call. A CVS in Clayton was broken into early Sunday morning. The thief took over the counter products and left before officers arrived. A tourist who needed medicine after a night out would have found the shelves empty and might have gone to another pharmacy, feeling frustrated. The perpetrator was likely arrested later after surveillance footage was reviewed, and the store probably added extra security cameras. A massive Cole S cash coupon scam spread across several St. Louis Cole S stores. The fraudster used already used coupons to take thousands of dollars worth of merchandise. A visitor who tried to use a coupon purchased during a campus sale could have been denied at checkout and felt confused. The criminal was eventually sentenced, and the retailer has probably upgraded its coupon verification system. Finally, a sleight-of-hand thief moved through downtown shops, confusing cashiers and slipping items into pockets. A tourist buying souvenirs might have walked away with less than expected, perhaps noticing the loss only at the hotel. The thief